I missed my Boku no Hero Academia last week, like, all those chapters being off last week, you know, like One Piece, Bleach, Toriko, Boku no Hero, and then Assassination Classroom and stuff. I was missing my series last week, and I really missed my Boku no Hero Academia after the cliffhanger we got 2 weeks ago. And so I'm glad to see it finally back, and it's still kicking and being good as ever with this chapter, Chapter 55. So the ending of this chapter, Boku no Hero Academia, kind of does something to be expected, but not to be expected. Stain, once again, proves why he's probably one of the best villains, or I guess we can't really consider him a villain at this time. I think the proper term would be anti-villain, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be necessarily anti-hero. I think it would be an anti-villain that Stain is. But whatever Stain may be, the ending part of this chapter was definitely something that moved Stain up even higher in respect from me, like to respect him as a character, because I've loved his dialogue and different things he said for the past couple chapters, but to see in this chapter how he goes out of his way after he's unconscious, he got fucking defeated, he gets back up, and then he licks the blood, and then he helps out Izuku from danger. That right there just goes to show you what type of character Stain is. He follows his principles. He follows what he set out to do, and he won't do nothing else. So, at the end of the day, he is a very good guy in some ways. I mean, he's evil, but he's still somewhat good, which goes once again along with the theory that he at one point in time was a hero, but then fell from grace and became what he is now. And to see that, it's so beautiful, because Stain continues to impress me with his writing and how his dialogue is just so fucking amazing. So, besides the Stain stuff, which I'll get into in a second, the main thing I want to talk about is at the beginning of this chapter, we get to see the fight continue between Endeavour versus the Nomu clones. And Endeavour, for the most part, just wrecking the Nomu. He's fucking destroying the Nomu, but the Nomu has this unique quirk ability, which I do want to take a few moments to discuss. Supposedly, this quirk ability that this Nomu was using was the ability to absorb, like, I guess quirks or damage. For instance, let's say you shoot a giant-ass fireball at the Nomu will take that in and then shoot it back out, and that was what was going on with this Nomu that Endeavour was fighting, but the Nomu was actually taking damage from his own quirk. So that goes once again to show you that quirks do have negative effects, and maybe Nomus have a worse negative effect compared to other Nomus or other people. For instance, the Nomu we knew that fought All Might might be a good exception, but maybe these Nomus that are like, oh yeah, at half capacity or like fully done, not the best, maybe they have like some form of negative repercussions if they use quirks. Like, a lot of quirks, that it could be a good possibility. But for now, throwing that aside, we get to finally see clarification on what Gran Torino uses as a quirk ability. See, we've all had our different, I guess, theories about what he uses. I mean, some have said he's like All Might. I've said it once before, he kind of reminds me slightly about All Might's abilities, but then also we get to see different things that kind of throw it off to where we don't think it's actually that quirk. And so we come to find out in this chapter is that Gran Torino's quirk ability is called Jet. Hopefully the translations are correct. So Jet is his quirk ability, and supposedly he uses air propulsion underneath his boots to be able to propel himself up into great distances to go really fast. So he uses air pressure. That's what he does. Like, he uses air propulsion and pressure, he pushes, and then he can go very fast, and we saw what Gran Torino could do. He wrecked that Nomu like it was fucking nothing in this chapter. So yeah, I mean, I like how we finally got clarification of that, and that was one of the really good portions of this chapter, just getting to see finally what type of quirk ability he uses. Endeavour now. Endeavour has a huge spotlight in this chapter. He's the one that has to make a decision if he wants to send over assistants or sidekicks to help out Izuku and all of them over there that's currently fighting Stain. He's the one that decides to send out sidekicks because he has to go handle the other Nomu that's wrecking face in the middle of the town. So in the terms of actually thinking about it, Endeavour did the good move, because if Endeavour would have went over there might have been more lives lost in the middle of the town, since the Nomus that we've seen are pretty damn strong, and so Endeavor's probably one of the only few people that could probably fight that Nomu and actually do it in solo, a one-on-one combat. So yeah, that was really good things right there with the chapter. Now, the last part, getting back into the Stain segments of the chapter, I gotta say, the artwork, that final panel, looked fucking breathtaking. Like, when you see his face burnt, you see the drool coming off, and then, like, he doesn't care, he follows his motives, his principles. It was so good. Definitely, by far, the best panel of the chapter. I don't think any of us can really deny how great that panel was of this chapter. And, I mean, I didn't expect to see Stain get his face burnt as well. Like, did anyone expect to see Stain have his face fucking burnt by Todoroki? That was crazy. That was pretty damn crazy. So yeah, Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 55 this week, on point as per usual, sets up a lot, a very good chapter, and Stain still continues to be one of the best villains of the series. So tell me your thoughts, comments below, please be safe, Chibi out.